Caitlin, I like your pink headphones. They're very Caitlin.
Thanks. I thought you were going to talk about my lips.
Oh, I like those too.
I forgot to put on lip gloss. I'll do it
No,
for the next time.
this was supposed to be clear.
And Arbor touched your lips.
I used Annabelle has wicked clear lip gloss that she got
does it
for her
change?
birthday.
It's like magic.
Yes. So I thought I was putting clear on, and
well, it looks nice.
Thanks.
Wait, did you guys have the lipstick and the things that would change? It would like measure your mood.
Yeah, I was just going to say the mood.
No.
Yes.
Right? Like remember the rings that would change color?
I remember the rings.
Yes.
I think there was a lipstick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Where do Amazon, we definitely can find it. That would be fun. I think it's a good color on you, Caitlin.
Thanks.
It is.
Welcome to Just for Moms. I'm Charlotte.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Callie.
We are regular moms talking about regular stuff like
Aging,
Parenthood,
work-life balance,
and figuring out what's for dinner. Again.
a no judgment zone to talk,
laugh,
and maybe cry about all the things women think about on a daily basis.
Well, welcome guys. This is our first official episode. I feel like we did our last one thinking maybe it would be official, and then we're just dum-dums with technology. So no.
That was not it. Shut up about things that we should have shut up about.
Right. Can you hear me now? Turn your volume up, down. So this we're hoping we can get through as like an official episode. So happy New Year. Yeah, that's right. Happy New Year, everyone. How are we feeling?
Excited.
Cold. It's cold out.
I feel like when we did New Year's last year, Caitlin, you didn't say excited. Why you were so
I know.
excited
There was a
this year?
pause there. I noticed
I feel like last year you were like, oh, New Year's is the worst.
Listen, I learned a lot in 2024. I also feel like my thoughts on the whole new year, whatever, has changed in the sense that I still stand. It's just another month and another number on the calendar year. But I'm excited for what we're doing here. That's why I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, and we didn't want to get into too much dirty laundry, but we do want to acknowledge the elephant in the room is that you guys are listening to us and we have a different format, a different name. I will say that 20 minutes ago, I was like blow drying my hair and making a cup of coffee. And that part of this whole setup is real nice. Not that I didn't love seeing you in person, but it is nice to be just here on our computers. I feel like it's just easier for everyone, right?
So much easier.
Yes, home and slippers.
Yeah, I do have my slippers on today. But the reason we are doing it this way is that the first iteration, it wasn't really ours. We were asked to be part of a podcast and all of us were game to try and we sort of knew each other peripherally. And then I think through the course of the year, we realized that maybe we had different visions for the podcast. It just sort of started getting away from us creatively a little bit. And we had the opportunity to start fresh with full control, totally on our own. And like the optimistic idiots we are, we were like, yeah, let's do it.
I like how you just presented that because I was hoping that you were going to tell the story and
good job, Charlotte.
Thanks.
No.
In a different way.
I mean, what I learned from the whole thing is that I think when we were first approached about it, we all were sort of tentative and we didn't really want the control, right? Like I remember saying, I just want to show up and record and I don't want to have to worry about any of the logistics of it. And I knew that the financials probably wouldn't be the same as other aspects of my job. And so that was sort of a part of my thought process. But then I don't know, after the year, I think we realized that we have a pretty good thing going. We really love talking with each other and our conversations were bleeding into text conversations. And I just think we loved being around each other and the stuff that seemed like maybe hard work a year ago now just seems sort of fun and like part of the price of doing business, right?
Yeah, yes. I definitely agree with that. I was thinking this morning, like I was excited to set up my post. And literally last year, I was like, I don't want to do anything because I have so much to do. And it's not that I don't have anything to do right now, but I do have some more time. And I don't know. I like feeling like this is our little baby before we were like foster parents to the podcast, you know. now we're the
Well,
real
I think we also realized that we had maybe stronger opinions than we thought we did. And I think what the best laid plans of just showing up to record ended up meaning that we like realized we had an opinion on social media and the webs. Like there were so many ways that we ended up sort of getting pulled into the whole thing that we didn't intend to, but then we were like, we actually know what we're doing and know what we want. And like, why would we ever want to have someone else like making the soup if we're right here?
Yes.
It makes me think about like, I feel like everything is, as a woman, we're always like I could do, like, why would I explain to somebody else how to do it when I know how I want it done? And sometimes I'm like, okay, you have to just get over that, right? Like I have to get over that all the time when I'm like say I hire a new babysitter and I have to be like, they're not going to do it the way that I would do it. And that's okay. I have to allow that because there's only so much time for me. But I feel like this was very much one of those situations where it was like, why would I let someone else do it when we know how we want it done and we can do it the way that we want it?
Yeah. And I think there was a moment when we realized that no matter how much we communicated and the four of us felt like we were in lockstep, we just were not able to communicate or be heard. I don't know. So
yeah. I mean, we weren't in charge. We were just the hosts. We were hired as the hosts, and we are very clearly all control freaks, and we just wanted to be in charge of it.
Very type A over here.
I was going to say we tried our hardest to let someone else do it their way. And hi, guys. Welcome to Just for Moms. So we talked a little bit about what we wanted to be the same and what we wanted to be different. And I think for all of us collectively, it makes sense for us to have a little bit of a roadmap, or else we just end up talking about stuff that is not, frankly, interesting to anyone else. So we will have a little bit of a roadmap.
Speak for yourself.
Sorry, right. I think because we're doing this from our homes, our hope is that we can be a little bit more timely. Before, because we had to come to a studio, we were recording way out. And so it was hard to talk about our lives in the moment. Or if we did, you were like, wait a minute, why are you guys wearing sundresses? It's November. Anyway, we're hoping to be a little more timely. And then, but we'll still have like topics. And I think we really like our peaks and our pits. And then one chapter we were going to add is we have been referring to as mom fails, but it's sort of our way of just talking about some of the sort of reality that I suspect all of us go through on a daily basis. And so we just want to share that with you all to know that, you know, none of us know what on earth we're doing. So that's what we're going to move into now. Okay, so does anyone have a mom fail or something that they want to commiserate about?
Always.
I have a mom fail.
Okay,
you go first. So I have a 1.5-year-old, and so he's just in the like get into everything phase right now. Like you can't turn your back for a friggin' second. And so yesterday I had him and the 3-month-old solo. And I'm fine. I'm like killing it. I'm like doing great. I was like telling Michael, I was like, remember when I had 2 kids before and I thought it was so hard, and now I have 4 kids, so 2 kids feels easy. And I jinxed it a little. So I went to go pee, and I pee fast. Like I'm a fast peer. I'm gone maybe 60 seconds. This child has pulled the chair from the dining room table into the kitchen, gone up onto the counter, ton of stuff on the counter he could have touched, like a bag of bread. And, no, he gets my cup of coffee. It wasn't just coffee. It was like coffee with milk, and there was like sugar, pulls it off, falls into the drawer underneath. So now it's shattered. The mug shattered. My favorite mug that's from Marshall, so I can't even replace it, has shattered into the drawer, and it's just all over everything. And again, not just coffee, but coffee with cream and like all of this stuff. And it was just, I kind of jinxed myself by being like, I'm killing it. Only 2 kids today. And then he pooped. So, it's fine.
When you walk into that, what is Tate's reaction and what is your reaction?
Tate's just no expression.
Okay.
He can, yeah. I mean, he just looks at you like nothing. Mine, I don't know. I mean, something spills every day in my house. It's all small children in my house. So I'm just like, that's it.
It is what it is. I just accept it.
Yeah.
I like that he's young enough that he has no remorse or
no
like
concept.
A couple of years and he'll feel guilty. Not now.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So that segues into mine. So I have a toddler. Her name is Arbor. She's 3. She just turned 3. And maybe you guys already know this story if you're listening because I blasted it all over social media. But I even like, if you're watching, I can show you. You know those, like, I have an Awala water bottle. It has like a little hole in the top. I close it. I don't leave it open all day long, but she drinks out of it. And like little beef sticks, not a Slim Jim, but like I think it's like Archer's beef sticks or whatever. She eats them.
Oh no.
Most of the time she eats them in entirety. Sometimes I'll find like a half of one somewhere in the playroom. Yeah, so she eats them. I go to bed with I refill this water bottle all day. I take it to bed, drink it throughout the night. I'm drinking it at night. Wake up in the morning.
Emotional support water bottle.
Yes. Wake up in the morning. I'm drinking it and I'm like, whoa, what is that? What is that smell? Is it my breath? I'm like, it smells like garlic. So I go in the bathroom, I brush my teeth, take my water bottle downstairs, go to the kitchen, take a sip, and I'm like, huh, and I'm like dry heaving. I'm like, what does that smell? It smells so bad. Oh my gosh, there must be garlic on the counter from last night when I cooked. And I'm looking. And I go to take another sip and I'm like, it's coming from my water bottle. And I dump the water bottle in the sink and there is a beef stick. Not a tiny piece, but the entire beef stick that marinated in the water that I drank for 12 hours. So I approached my toddler and asked her about this. And she was like, yeah, I did it. And I said, why? And she said, because, and walked away. like, I don't know, because. So
she's like, round peg, round hole.
Dip doesn't care. And she asked me the other day, you got a beef stick in your water? I was like, that is not funny. You can't even troll me. So
I love that you brushed your teeth too. You were like, oh, maybe I have like morning
breath. It's gotta
be
me.
Yeah. Sometimes I smell. It happens.
Sure. The other morning, the same coffee mug, Tate kept wanting to put a cracker in it. And, like, why do they always want to put things in liquid? And I'm like, no. And then he finally got the cracker in. And I was sitting on the sofa holding the baby. So, like, I just ate the cracker. I just ate the coffee cracker. What else? Was I going to sit there and hold a soggy cracker? No.
Yeah,
I was going to risk.
Might as well just have it. Yeah.
Yep. It wasn't
Caitlin,
bad.
I feel like the Venn diagram between food that you eat and know and food that I eat and know, like there's got to be an overlap, but I don't know what a beef stick is. I texted you and I was like, is that what you call hot dogs? Apparently it's a different subcategory. It's not jerky. It's not a hot dog.
Like a Slim Jim.
No, it's not a Slim Jim.
Oh, see.
No, jerky's not a Slim Jim. I don't even eat these and I know.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to tell you guys. Archer grass-fed.
Jerky's like harder. It's like
this is
if it's a Slim Jim, then I know.
It looks like a pepperoni that you give your dogs.
It's a grass-fed beef stick. It's like a very healthy, high-protein little snack. Have you ever had
They're
Chomps?
Healthy. Yes, they're healthy.
I've seen them. I haven't had them.
So Chomps are like the longer version. Actually, Chomps makes minis too.
Chomps are, my kids eat Chomps. They eat little ones.
Yeah, but Archers they're all called beef sticks, guys.
Yeah.
You don't eat the beef sticks, Charlotte?
No. I mean, I know.
Okay.
You don't eat the beef sticks?
I mean, I don't anymore. I did as a kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember Slim Jims. Like we had them in our lunch. And then wasn't there a commercial? No, I know the one you had in your cup was not a Slim Jim.
But Slim Jims are like gas station.
Yeah, these are better.
Slim Jims are like the Band-Aid version. Like you're talking about like the category of adhesive strips and we're saying Band-Aid.
But Caitlin's are grass-fed, so that's a whole different ball.
Mine are fancy. Yours are not.
Yeah. Mine are from the gas station. Hers are from the really expensive market in town.
And I don't even know what they are, but they do sound delicious, just not in my water bottle.
Yeah,
no, absolutely not.
Well, those are good ones. I mean, those don't even count as mom fails. That's just mom life. Maybe we should.
I guess.
I have one.
Oh, good.
Like an actual fail.
Yep.
Okay.
This happens a lot in my house. I mess up times, schedules, all the above, even though I have it in my calendar and I look at it 4 times, it's just, I don't know. I just need to focus anyways. So we had CCD, that finished. And then I knew Gianna was starting field hockey. And I feel like we're always like late in our house, even though I try not to be. I try to like organize the water bottle before and all the equipment, and no matter what, we're still always late. So she gets home from CCD and we got to rush to field hockey, and had just started the new session. So I'm like, come on, we got to go. Like, where's your shin pads? Like, let's go. So I'm like psycho, get in the car. We're like running to the car. I'm like racing there. And she's like, Mom, are we going to be late? And I'm like looking at the clock. I'm like, yeah, probably 10 minutes, but it's fine. You're fine. Right. So then we like pull up and like all the doors are locked because it's at like a private school. So I'm like a psycho, like bashing on like the window and like you see it's in session. Right. And like one of the coaches comes over and lets us in and she looks at us and I'm looking at the kids playing and they're like really young and little. And she's like, are you sure you're here for this? Like, what grade are you? And then I was like, oh, she's in 7th grade. And she was like, oh, that's the next session. That starts in like 30 minutes. So I was like, oh, Gianna, you're early. Like you have like 15 minutes just to like play on your phone and go like hang out. And she's like, looks at me like really, Mom, you were just so like crazy getting me here. And I'm like, well, at least we're early, right?
That's a mom win, I think.
That's a win.
But then I felt bad because I was like a psycho, like, rushing her to get there so we weren't late. But it all worked out, whatever. And then, of course, like my husband picked her up and he's like, so you dropped her off a little early? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it.
You don't get
So I guess
it.
a better mom fail would have been like when I packed my kids' backpacks and their lunches and I sent them to school, all the way to school, for the teacher to come out and be like, no, school's not today.
Yeah.
That's
so good.
Just trying not to relive it.
I know. It happens, right? All you got to do is laugh. I just feel like whatever. That's my motto. Whatever.
That's why you want your kids to be nimble. Like, you have 3 minutes. Go.
Yeah.
That's not my oldest.
Preparing them for life.
My oldest is the slowest human on the planet, and there's nothing we could do about it. We've tried.
Just slow.
I'm
finally at the place where like my 6-year-old now like doesn't want to get up in the morning. Like you have toddlers and they're up at like the butt crack of dawn. And then now it's like, I'm like, get up. It's school. Like, what do I do? Please help, guys. You have older children. I'm like, you get up. We have to go to school. This is a whole new era that I'm entering.
Yeah. It's just a series of 20 minutes, 15 minutes. 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
That's what we're doing. We just, I'm going in and then, okay, all right, just making sure that's what everyone else is doing.
Can you set, is this your oldest, Kallie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you set like an alarm clock in the room? Or would that wake up other kids?
No. Everyone else is awake. It's just him.
Yeah.
Do they have an Alexa? Do they have an Alexa in their room?
No, they have a Hatch.
Oh, I was going to say, because she plays a wake-up song for kids, and it's outstanding. And that's a good way to make your 11-year-old mad. I'll go in and I'll whisper, hey, Alexa, play the wake-up song. And then it goes, everybody wake up. And it's like all these clapping noises. And Annabelle's just like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Echo Dots, Kallie, are so cheap now. That's what we have in most of our rooms.
Yeah, we almost got the kids. So Michael has an Alexa in his office, and the kids love it. They love to go in and tell Alexa to do things. So I almost got them one at Christmas, but then I was like, do I want them to be like addicted to tech and like talking to tech? But I love it for the wake up in the morning, and that's not bad.
The kids one you can turn off.
Just use it when you want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That's
you
good.
control it from your
so there's a lot of parental, because I don't mind the idea. Like I like that they can ask it questions and stuff. Because listen, 6-year-old also has more questions than I can answer.
Yeah,
so go ask Alexa.
You can turn like the weekends off. Like that's what we do. Just I don't know if he likes to sleep in on the weekends. If you let him sleep in.
When we first got our Alexa back when it was like new technology, we had just one, and the kids were asking it questions, and they broke it. Asking so many questions, and you can go back and you can look and see what all the questions are. And it was Oliver like, Alexa, like, where do apples come from? Alexa, what color is Mars? Alexa, like the questions were such a wild, like scattered, just free association. So
that would be Miles. Yeah, that would.
Nico, you can edit this out if you want. He talks to Alexa and he's like, Alexa, make a juicy fart sound. And then he's like, the sounds that she repeats from these kids being like that, I'm like, okay, that's enough.
But do you feel a little like validated, Charlotte, that like your child asking, sometimes my child asks so many questions that like I literally can't I can't even function. Like that he broke a robot and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm still here though. But
It was amusing.
We beat the robots.
Yeah.
Everyone's
it was amusing.
The robots are going to take over the world, but not when there's mothers.
No, I feel like this is not sponsored by Alexa, but you're welcome to call us. Is it Google or Amazon? Who is it? Amazon. But what we have found is that they get tired of the, like, in theory, Megan, sorry, Nico, the, like fart, all of the fart noises and stuff, they do get old and tired of. So Arthur he listens to podcasts every minute of the day. And so he can just be like, Alexa, play whatever. And then she has some cute games, like 21 questions and stuff. So I don't know, we've really loved it. And I think technology is just part of the deal nowadays. So it's a nice way to not have to be dealing.
I didn't know about the 21 questions. I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that they like. There's like a mystery, like a choose your own adventure game somewhere where, like, would you rather go into the haunted forest or into the haunted castle?
How much fighting for Alexa's attention happens, though? That's my other concern.
None, because we have, at this point, we have like one in the playroom and one in the kitchen, and then they each have
go. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
They can each have their own. Yep.
Okay, should we move on to our topic?
Yes. Yeah, yes. I'm sorry. That was me.
No, that wasn't.
It was a good that was a good discussion.
I apologize. Come on. So today we wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. How do we feel about them? Do we make them? Do we hate them? So who wants to start?
I can. So New Year's resolutions, I don't like changing something about yourself because it's a new calendar year. But I do think it's nice to like wake up New Year's Day and say, maybe in a couple of days, I'm going to do something different to better myself. So I did get this new book for Christmas that's called Wellness. And it's this journal that has you journal in the morning and in the night and the evening. And the point of it is for you to like kind of track your habits and your energy level and things you're doing for rest, things you're doing for movement, things you're grateful for, all this like stuff. And after, I think it's a month or 2 months, like you're supposed to look back and see if you notice any patterns. And if there's something that you maybe want to adjust in your life to like make you happier or something like that. And in the beginning of the book, it said how it takes 66 days for a habit to stick. And so that's the problem with resolutions personally for me is like someone wakes up New Year's Day and they're like, here I go, I'm on my wellness journey. Well, it takes you 66 days on average to adopt some new regimen. By day 30, most people are like, and I'm done. I mean, if you think about like dry January or the whole 30, those are all 30-day things. And so you really have to stick it out for longer than that. So for me this year, I am trying just to be more present in my family. I'm trying to be more conscious of things that I'm doing every single day to see what's making me happy and what's not. Because if something I'm doing is not making me happy, I'm not going to do it anymore. And I feel like it's really important to show my children like that I'm doing this journal. They keep asking me what I'm writing. And I said, I'm writing about how I feel every day to see what makes me happy and what doesn't. And to tell them like, this is part of my new year resolution to just be happier and love myself more. My oldest understands. My middle child's kind of like, Arbor doesn't really care. So, but
she's giving you all that protein.
I know, but
she cares about your wellness.
She does. This is a different tune that I've sang though for years on my blog. Like I always write about intentions and setting intentions and hating resolutions, but I feel like they're one and the same.
Yeah, I feel like they're how you look at it. Like I don't love the word resolution because like, right, like the basis of it is like a solution, right? It's like a solution to a problem. So I feel like people always make resolutions about like things they don't like about themselves that they want to change. So I've never loved that, but I like the new year just as like kind of a chance to like hit the reset button. Like I know that as like human beings, we like sort of concrete time markers. That's why like we're going to start the new diet on Monday, or I'll start that, after the weekend. We kind of like that. So I feel like especially after like the holiday madness, it's kind of like a nice time to just kind of like, all right, let's reset. Let's sort of like get back into like what were the habits I was doing last year that I really liked. I was actually chatting with a friend about she's doing, I don't think she was doing resolution, or she was doing something, but she was doing a bingo card. So she wrote like all these things that she wanted to do that year onto like a bingo card, which I thought was really cute. But she said before she did that, she's like, I was reflecting on the year before, which I feel like is something I'm really bad about doing. Like I'm good at so good at looking forward and like making plans for the future, but I feel like I'm bad about looking back and like reflecting on the year before, because I'm always just like, what's the next step? But I set sort of like some personal goals, business goals, and then I do use those. I will break them down by month and be like, okay, if I want to hit that this year, what can I do in January? What can I do in February? But I look at them more like goals and not like resolutions, like what I want to fix about myself.
And do you look back at them, Kallie, to see if you accomplish them? Do you like to do that?
I have done it. It's something I'm bad about doing. And I feel like this year, I became a big Notion. Do you guys use Notion?
You've talked about it, but no.
I became a huge Notion user in 2024. So this year, all of my goal setting and all of that is like on Notion. So I feel like it'd be a lot easier for me to look back, where in prior years I wasn't so good. I mean, I would have a few like big goals and be like, cool, I hit that. Like I remember like 2 years ago when I hit my big goal was to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So of course, like I remember hitting that. But I'm bad about going back to some of the smaller goals that I've set and like sort of reflecting on them and like if I hit them or I didn't. And sometimes like you don't hit them, but it's still a win. You know what I mean? Like something else good still happened. So,
That's the one
last
nice
year
thing.
I started. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say the one nice thing about like social media specifically is the end of the year. There is a lot of the like year in review or recap. And I typically don't love them, but I've learned that when I do one for myself, it does allow me to be like last year financially was not a great year for me whatsoever. But then I looked back at sort of highlights from each month and it was like, actually, like a lot of these things didn't make you money the way you wanted, but like you did some pretty big things, which is, I don't know, that was helpful for me.
It brought you joy. It brought you joy versus money to your bank account, which sometimes at the end of the day, would you rather be rich or happy?
Yeah. I feel like you looked at probably the positives of that month that made you smile, right, Charlotte, when you looked through? Yeah. I feel like for me, I always create like on my notes app, and I write down things that I want to accomplish or do. And as silly as like drink more water, go to bed earlier, be better about cooking dinner. And what did you say, Caitlin, 66 days in order? Yeah. And I feel like sometimes I hit like barely 2 months and then I go back to my old habits. I'm like thinking about that,
Well, there's a lot of pressure that you put on yourself to like change a lot at once instead of just picking one small thing. And studies show that a lot of people's anxiety and depression increases at this time of year because they're so stressed out about trying to do something different to make themselves better. And, I mean, I understand like someone who wants to go on a health journey, that's fine, but also don't throw in like, and I want to make more money and I'm going to paint my house. Like just pick one thing and stick to it. And to each their own, like everybody can do what they want to do. It's just how I have to navigate life. I don't think we can plan what's going to happen. Like Charlotte, you said last year financially, like I'm the same boat. Like last year was nothing like the years before for me as a blogger, as a content creator. And so for this year, I have no clue what's about to happen. Like, did I think last year we would be sitting here re-recording on our own with a different name? No. So I didn't even think we could be doing this 3 months ago. So, it's hard.
And I'm with you, Kallie, in that I do like the opportunity to sit down and think forward. And that seems fitting in the new year because it's the fiscal year for a lot of brands. So it does professionally. I do love that quiet week between Christmas and New Year's to sit down and be like, what brands do I want to reach out to? What are big projects I want to get done? And so I love that sort of very loose roadmap that I set for myself. But I guess I find that personally, a lot of the other things that might be in that health category or like to your point, Megan, the drink more water category, they end up feeling kind of arbitrary for me. Like, yeah, I could drink more water, but I don't really care to. I don't like, you know what I mean? So it's, for me, I find that I'm good at setting goals for things that I should be doing, but I don't really care about them. And so then I'm not doing them and it just feels like I'm going through the motion. So I don't know. There was a point last year or maybe even the year before when I was like, you're not getting any younger. You're not getting any smaller. And like, there's things that happen as you get older. So you've got to step it up. And, I'm not eating whatever 3,000 grams of protein a day. I don't have beef sticks in my water, but I am deliberately trying to do more strength training, and I am consciously trying to go out for a walk with the dog. So there was some point last year that was not New Year's where I knew I had to kind of reset a little bit. And, for me, I guess the reset won't happen just because it's January 1. It happens because something motivates me to do that.
Yeah.
Well, Angie went last year. You went to the doctor. Like, didn't you go to you did all these things last year, like that you had never done before. Or you even said you were trying to drink more water just for health, whatever. And so
I found those flavor drops.
Yeah. But what you just said is it doesn't have to be January 1st. It can be any time of the year.
Yeah.
It could be the middle of the month, the end of the month, nighttime, daytime, to just be like, you know what? I'm going to change something about myself.
Yeah. What about supplements and vitamins? I feel like that stresses me out in the new year because I'm like, I don't think I take enough. But then I'm on social media scrolling and everyone's like, they have like a whole like Monday, Tuesday and I'm like, I don't do all that.
I think it's toxic. No, I think it is toxic. I think it is not a regulated category. I think people are making money off of everyone else's hopes and dreams. And I think it is I think it's ramping up now more than ever. Like all the business about like food additives in Europe versus the US. I think people are using not false, but they're comparing the wrong data to prove a point. And it's just to like line their pockets. It's not because they care about like your wellness. It's because they want to sell you something. And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's when I hit mute or unfollow or I swipe because I don't want to hear it.
Or I'll talk to you guys about it. Should I be taking these vitamins? Oh, no. All right.
No. I went to see a naturopath. I'm trying to remember before I was pregnant with Opal. I remember that was my big thing after Tate. I wanted to see a naturopath. And I remember that was like the first thing I asked her. I was like, shouldn't I be taking supplements and stuff? She's like, no. She's like, let's, maybe like do some blood work and like figure out your baseline, but you don't need to be like taking all of these random. She's like, maybe just eat some more meat and get some more iron or like, you know what I mean? Like you don't need all of these supplements.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing is too, and that's TMI here, but like when I have tried these new supplements, sometimes they screw up my stomach. Like if I don't eat like a big meal with them. So I'm like, all right, great. So I'm going to take zinc and magnesium and all this, but then I'm going to go feel like I got to go to bed early because I don't feel good. So I'm like, how is this? Maybe like my system has to get used to it. But then I'm just like, whatever, I'm not taking it. I feel good without them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Listen, my grandma lived to 91 and I guarantee she never took a single supplement in her entire life. Unless you call her Miller High Life. She had every day after dinner a supplement.
So that's what we all need to do then.
Everyone have one Miller High Life after dinner.
I love that this episode sponsored by Amazon and Miller High Life. Guys.
My dream brands.
Should we move into pits and peaks? I think we like this from the first iteration. So I think we're going to keep going with it, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Who wants to start?
I feel like I just keep jumping the gun here, and I was going to talk about my journal and I already did. So I'm going to tell you a peak. I kind of told you guys I was going to be late because I had to figure out my headphone situation. But the real reason I was late, and I wasn't really late, is because Muffin, my cat is Muffin, barfed like all over our stairs this morning. Now, mind you, we have carpeted stairs. He did this before 5 o'clock, and somehow I walked past it and didn't see it. And then my husband saw it, didn't clean it up, walked by it about 15 times and waited for me to clean it up.
So when husband thing ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I went and like just surface cleaned it and knew that I was going to have to carpet clean it. And then we had like a lot of personal issues on. I was out of the house. So anyways, I was cleaning barf. That's why I was late. I was cleaning loads of cat vomit off of my carpet because
I do. I mean, but the fact that you walked past it and not in it.
That's a win.
Oh, no.
Silver lining.
Oh, no, I did step in it. but it was just like the clear liquid part at the bottom of the stairs. So
the not as gross part.
No, not like you and poop.
Yeah.
No, so that's my pit.
I have a pit too. I'll just, maybe you guys can end on peaks. Everybody was sick over Christmas. Not like so horrible, people just get sick. It's fine. But then when my 3-month-old got sick, that's like the worst, right? So Saturday night she was just up the whole night, and it was just, I felt like I had like a brand new baby again. One of those, like, you had to survive the following day on like 2 hours of sleep kind of deal. So she's better now. It's good, but that's no fun.
No, it's not.
Oh, sweet baby.
I know.
Do you have a peak, Megan?
No, I have a pit.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's a funny
Happy New
pit,
Year,
though.
guys.
I'll try to be as fast as possible. Okay. So we were just visiting my parents, and they have a pool, and they're having an issue. So we couldn't use the pool as much as we had liked because they're having issues with these 2 raccoons. And they are coming into the pool in the middle of the night and shitting in the pool. Okay. So we were there, and it happened once, and like jokingly, like I took a picture of it and sent it to my brother. And then it happened again, and my parents were kind of getting annoyed because then they have to have the pool guy come. You can't go in it. Nico's whining he wants to swim. So then my dad is setting up this whole handmade trap with like string tied from like one lounge chair to the other. Then there's a cone that's making a siren sound that's supposedly supposed to get rid of the raccoon. Then we have a camera there. Then we have owls in like these like clear things that are supposed to scare the raccoons.
So, we do pictures of any of this that we can share.
I have
social?
a video. It is hysterical. Like you will die. Like my brother and I were dying.
Okay.
So they didn't catch any raccoons when we were there. They have to have someone come and put them in traps and then move them to like an area where they can still live. So animal rights, all that. Don't worry. We're gonna take it. But then my parents were getting annoyed because we kept joking about it. Like we went out to get ice cream, and the lady was like, "What flavor do you want?" And I'm like, "Do you have raccoon poop?" And my mom's like, "Stop it." And then
I feel like I know where Nico gets all his fart jokes from.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then like we were getting on the airplane, and Nico's like, "Mom, does it smell like raccoon poop on here?" My parents were over it because they're just irritated, but it was just funny, and I just had to share because we still talk about it every day. I'll like text my dad, "Did you catch the raccoon any poop today?" And he's like,
"Wait, did he see them swim?"
So and they go right through the whole trap system thing. You will die when I send you the video. It is hysterical. Like my stomach hurts so, like, because my dad's like retired, so he has nothing else to do, and he's like setting up these like crazy traps, and it's not working. And then the raccoon just comes in, and then there's like poop all over, and then like we couldn't swim, and it was just like you just had to laugh.
But why did they poop in the pool?
I guess it's like a thing they do at night. It's just like I was
That's just
I was Googling it because I was kind of finding it funny, and there's like all these articles like that they do this, and they go to the same spot, and they like it in water because then it like feels better to them or something.
I feel like you need to get you need to get your parents a subscription to Ranger Rick.
Wait, I wish I could show the video of the sound. Hang on.
We'll share it. We'll post it to social.
Okay.
Not now.
Okay.
And then so you need to get your parents a subscription to Ranger Rick. And then they also make like scat maps, like diagrams, like posters of different animals scat. I feel like you need to send
scat
some like scat is poop. It's animal poop. But you need to send them like
one.
Crying.
Callie, it has been so funny. I feel better. In the article, like imagine we were flying home and I'm Googling like, why do raccoons poop in pools? And I'm like reading like 30-page articles about this that I'm sure my dad already read about. And you just had to laugh. And I'll literally text my dad now, "Hey, did you catch any raccoons?" And he'll respond with like a really bad emoji back to me because he's so irritated with me asking.
They probably spend hundreds of dollars and it's like not funny, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. I mean, mine's so boring compared to that. It's just that, so you know how everyone says like, it was Monday. We're recording this on the 7th. So that first Monday back is when everyone started the new year. Well, my peak and my pit is that we dropped off my daughter. So I really hadn't focused on anything New Year related until we sent her back to school. So now I feel like the holidays are officially over. And so it's nice to have like my house back and be able to focus, but we miss her.
Did you bring her back yesterday?
Yeah.
Are you sad?
It's sad.
I mean, she's ready to go back, and what is she going to do? Sit around and like, pick her nose in her bedroom? No, I mean, she needs to be in school. So
she's not going to poop in any pools. No,
I don't think so. She is on the swim team, so maybe. All right, guys.
What a great spot to end it.
Perfect.
Well, until next time, right?
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.